How do you have the ability to move through stress in a way that doesn't break you down? I'm Tim Adams, and for the last 30 years, I've been working with the tip of the spear. Let's talk a little bit about how people move through the stressors of their life. Because in chaos, in times of uncertainty, in times where we have a lot of volatility and information is coming from all sorts of places and it's just overwhelming, in those times, it's always good to take a step back, to take a beat, take a breath, and reevaluate your situation, right? And to be able to handle the stress around you, you have to understand what that stress does to your system, right? And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this concept called the general adaptation syndrome, right? An individual, a researcher, actually a psychologist named Hans Selle, developed this concept, right? And it is what happens when we have resistance. So this is this axis is resistance, and this axis is actually time. So. And there's 4 phases to this general adaptation syndrome, right? We have the homeostasis, where we were up until a couple weeks ago, right? Everything was smooth. There was no ripples on anybody's pond in the grand scheme of things, right? We could certainly talk about politics. You can certainly talk about global warming. You can certainly talk about a lot of things. But in terms of an individual's life, we were pretty smooth, right? What happens is we receive some form of stress, right? We receive some stimulus, something happens, and in this particular instance, everybody knows what happened, right? And our body goes into an alarm state. Physiologically, we create biochemicals are released during this period of time. And for most, you might understand the fight or flight mechanism, and that would be where we release epinephrine, norepinephrine, and cortisol, right? And it's designed to help us fight, flee, freeze from harm, right? And in our society, in today's environment, we spend a lot of time sitting around. In fact, we're doing a lot of sitting around right now because of what's going on. And when you have these biochemicals that are being released, because you might be watching the news, you might be listening to a commentary, you might be seeing a loved one in pain and struggling to breathe because of this, or might be sick and in the hospital and you cannot communicate with them, right? That's stressful. And that stressor releases this set of a chain reaction, this biochemical cascade that puts our physiology and our psychology in the state of an alarm. From there, our body is resilient, right? It is naturally resilient. It is designed to be resilient. And we fight that. It goes into overdrive to be able to resist whatever is going on in our world, right? And so that resistance can only hold up for a certain period of time. And if that stressor has legs, it has longevity, then our resistance to that stressor starts to minimize. And our bodies start to go into what's known as exhaustion, right? And so that is what happens at the moment in time, if you would, that we receive a stressor. If you like this, if this was valuable to you, like, subscribe, and share with somebody that you know would benefit from this information. I'll see you on the next video.